Adam, father of all, after Eden, before the cross, Part 2. Adam didn't die the day he sinned. He lived. He lived with memory of a world where every breeze sang peace, where every leaf shimmered with the presence of God. But that world was behind him now. Lost. Exiled. Outside the garden, the world was hard and wild. The ground fought back. The skies turned cold. Pain, hunger, and labor became his companions. But Adam endured. Because even in exile, the voice of God still echoed. He held Eve's hand as she gave birth to their first child, Cain. A second son followed, Abel. The joy of new life burned like a spark in the dark world. But soon that spark was crushed. Cain, driven by jealousy, rose up against his own brother, and killed him. The first human death did not come by old age. It came by murder. One son lay lifeless, the other lost in guilt and wandering. And Adam wept. He buried a child. Not in ceremony, but with shaking hands. The earth he once ruled now swallowed his son. Death had entered. And it would not let go. Yet even in his grief, Adam remained a father, not only to Cain, but to all of us. He carried on. He worked the land, taught his children to pray, to honor the Creator. He passed on the memory of the garden. He spoke of the God who breathed life into dust, who walked with man, who made him in his own image. Adam became the first prophet, not in title, but in mission. He spoke the truth he had lived. He warned of the serpent. He shared the promise. That promise was all he had. God had said that one day, the offspring of the woman would crush the head of the deceiver. One would come to undo what had been done. So Adam waited. Not with idle hope, but with the long ache of a father who had tasted both the goodness of God, and the consequence of sin. He lived long. He saw cities rise. Languages form. Music and tools. Families expand. Humanity was growing, but so was its darkness. The world that had once been pure now overflowed with pride, violence, and idolatry. The light of truth flickered, nearly extinguished. Still, Adam waited. His beard turned white. His steps grew slow. But his heart held fast to that one promise: someone would come. And though he didn't live to see him with his eyes, he saw him with his faith. Generations later, when the fullness of time came, the promise would be born, not in Eden, but in Bethlehem. Not among trees, but in a manger. Not in glory, but in humility. And when that promised one, the Son, gave his life on the cross, the veil between God and man tore in two. He descended to the place of the dead, not to remain, but to free. Tradition holds that among the first he sought was Adam. Can you imagine the moment? The second Adam standing before the first. The Word made flesh meeting the one formed from dust. One bearing scars of obedience. The other carrying the weight of failure. And the first man heard the words he had longed for. You are forgiven. Come home. The gates of paradise, once closed, were opened again. But not just for Adam, for all. Adam's story doesn't end in exile. It ends in redemption. He fell, yes, but he believed. And through that faith, through that promise, he became not just the first man, but the first to hope in the Savior. And you, no matter how far you've fallen, can walk that same road home. If this story reminded you of who you are and who your Maker is, don't let it fade. Like this video. Share it with someone searching for grace. And subscribe for more stories that breathe life into the soul, stories of truth, mercy, and the God who never gives up on his people. The story of man began with Adam. But the story of salvation begins with you saying yes.